How shall I practice to improve my English? Sir, I practice every day, but still my English is not improving. I do hesitate when I speak. I get stuck. I'm not able to improve my level. What shall I do? All these questions may be hovering around you or over your mind for a long time, still in the term of speaking English when you are trying to speak English. So, there are lots of problems, so we are going to discuss today what is the problem and how can we remove this problem. You are watching Wisdom with Anthony, so let us talk about the problem. The problem is that, sir, I have been in terms of practicing for a long time, but I am not able to get the result which I am desiring of, or I desire to get some results. I have not come to that level. So what shall I do? Maybe the pattern of your practice or the method, the methodology that you have been carrying so far, it may not be up to the mark or it may not be up to the right level. For me, if I talk about in simple words, sometimes when you go to doctor and he gives you or he prescribes some medicines or some treatment to you, if it doesn't work, it doesn't mean that doctor has any problem or he was experimenting upon you. No, it is not like that. It can be the problem that he wanted to just change the medicine. He will simply change the medicine to eradicate the problem that one has. So I mean to say, when somebody is not getting the things done from one way, he or she should try another way. So the practice pattern, the practice methodology have not been working for you, your methodology. So we need to change all the methods. We will not stop practicing. We'll change the method in order to achieve our goals or our desire or our aim, or we have aim, no, we have target that we want to speak English fluently. So surely we will be considering all the points and surely we will be considering our target and we'll hit that one day surely. Okay, so let us discuss that maybe the right way or the right pattern of speaking English or practicing English. By adopting that, I may improve or I may come up with the right level that I have been practicing for a long time but the results are not. So here is the very first 3S, I call it. Speak, speak and speak. Sir, what does it mean? Sir, what does it mean that I speak? I am having a problem that I am not able to speak. So you are asking me to speak? Now let me just take you to one example. Again, I have given this example in my previous video also. If you want to learn swimming, you need to swim, my dear. You need to get into the swimming pool. By sitting at the corner or the edge of the swimming pool, you cannot think or imagine of being a good swimmer, or you cannot learn swimming. You need to get into the depth of the water. You need to get into the swimming pool in order to become a good swimmer or in order to learn swimming. Unless you get into the water, you cannot be so-called swimmer or you cannot learn swimming. If you want to learn driving, you need to go and sit at the driver's seat. Are you getting me? Please go. I mean to say, if you want to speak English, you need to speak, speak and speak more. The more you speak, the more you learn. The more you listen, the more you speak. This is the right pattern. Now, you must be thinking, sir, if I speak more, is it any pill? Is it a magic pill? No, my dear, not at all. I'm not talking about any magic pill. It's not like, no, you are thinking that, okay, that magic pill, if I have, I will be speaking fluent English. First of all, let me let you know, there is a process of everything. You cannot just from one step, you cannot climb to the roof. No, my dear, it's not possible. Step by step, inch by inch, you can reach the target. So all in all, slowly and gradually, you will hit the target. Not in a one step. Okay, you say somebody will tell you within 5 days, within 10 days, you can speak fluent English. This is all absurd and rubbish things. No, it is not correct. Slowly and gradually, from day one to one day, that's I do believe what? Surely you can hit that target, but slowly and gradually. If you are in the right terms of practice, you know what happens when you speak every single day and when you speak more, you focus more on speaking, whether wrong, right, sometimes without thinking all the results. No, sometimes we need to put the right focus on the process. which is sometimes ignored. I felt that personally, or even I feel in most of the cases, we think about the result, about the fluency, about the fluent speaking like a buttery tongue to have in English, but we don't want to put into the practice the right effort, the focus. Unless we put the focus in practicing, we cannot think of the result, because result is the outcome. We need to undergo a process. That process is what? Speaking more. When you speak more, automatically one day this tongue becomes habitual of that, and the words, thoughts, ideas, insights, structures, every time it comes automatically. You need not force your brain then. How? You are already in terms of speaking. Every single day you are investing your time to speak without skipping a single day. Excuse me. Are you getting me? So speak and speak without bothering, without thinking that I'm speaking wrong, because it is the key only. The more you speak, the more you learn. And the more you learn, one day you will become more fluent. So my focus should be on speaking rather on thinking that how can I become fluent speaker. That you will become one day. Surely you will become. Now you need to pay attention to the process. What is the process? What is the demand of the process? That it is demanding me to pay attention to speaking more. I need to pay attention. I need to put my focus on speaking rather putting my focus on result. Excuse me. Are you getting me? So I'm not talking about any pill, a magic elixir, or something, a magical drop or some magical trick. No, it's a process. It's a process. Sometimes you must have learned, just learn these 90 sentences, your English will become fluent. No, it is not true at all. Making a video and simply telling the students that 90 sentences, if you learn, your English can become fluent. How is it possible? If you have crammed 90 sentences, that's a different thing. You have crammed something, and if I ask you something out of the box, you may not be able to answer me. How can I say that by just cramming those 90 sentences, my English will become better, my English will become fluent? It's not possible. It is 101% wrong. Sometimes, I get overwhelmed when I just hear all these things. These are all rubbish. There's a process. We people just we believe in shortcuts, and shortcuts does not prevail, believe me. When we want to become something, there is a way, there is a process that we have to undergo. If somebody wants to have a muscle body, muscle, he or she wants to have muscle, so he or she has to undergo a process. Without undergoing that process, you cannot even imagine to be something or to have a muscular body. Please, I'm telling you, how many sentences you have crammed, how many structures you have learned, but you are not coming on the right way. You are not opening your mouth. How many times you are going and listening to, you want to learn English, but how can you learn English and if you are listening to other language? If you want to learn a language, you need to, I will come on to this point, immerse yourself completely in that language. Suppose I want to learn French. Can you imagine that you can teach me French in English? Initial level, it is okay, just for the better comprehension, right? If I want to comprehend in a better way, that is okay. That is manageable, compatible. But after reaching a certain level, he or she needs to teach me in French only, because he wants me to learn French, not English. So I hope that you are getting what Sir is trying to tell you. I want to convey the simple message that if you want to have the fluency in the language, obviously English I'm talking about, you need to open your mouth in the same language. For how long have you been practicing, you tell me? For how long have you been learning or revising all the structures, this, that, but you are not ready to open the mouth? There are many things in the brain, but when it comes on to the right way, to put in the practice, to put in the efforts to open the mouth, that time we are mum, we are keeping quiet. That's why we don't have ideas. That's why we don't have insights. That's why we don't have no structures, words, vocabulary. Then we fumble, we get stuck, we lose the temper, we become anxious. We We get nervous, hesitation just clutches us. Why? Reason is behind, we are not in the terms of opening mouth. Now when I'm teaching, you have a pain in my heart. Wrong methods we have been practicing and we are not ready to change those methods. Please think once again. The methods, if it is working for you, well and good. Go with the same methods. And if they are not working for you, why are you still sticking those methods? Boring. Change the method. I'm not asking you to change the desire, change the method in order to get the result. Immerse completely in the language. Speak more, listen more, read more. And if it is possible, go for the writing also. The more you do, that's all about the passion, let me tell you. It's not simply coming onto the platform on a YouTube or any of the platform. You are going and watching a video and you say, okay, after watching this video, I will become fluent in English. No. Even if you watch my video, how can I say that you can become fluent after watching this video? No. You can become if you put all these things into practice. We miss the very important part, and that is practice. Except practice, we do all the things, but we are not ready to practice. Can you imagine? How is it possible for a person or individual to learn English or to speak English fluently? Because I have learned it as my second language. English is not my first language. I have learned it as second language. And when you are learning a language as a second language, believe me, to some extent it is okay to translate, or to some extent it is okay to teach me in the same language. But after that, you need to immerse yourself completely. Cover up yourself in the same language that you want to learn. Sometimes I have a heart, I have a love for my students, and my heart, it becomes overwhelmed. I can't control that because wrong things that we have been practicing, and we don't want to, we stick to that. We don't want to just leave that, even though we are not getting result. So my dear, try for the betterment of yours. You are not doing it for others. A life is not a joke. You know that English is good. If you learn English, you will get promotion, you will get opportunities, you will get job opportunity, but still you are not ready to practice. Then my dear, nobody else can help you out. Sorry to say. I'm not becoming negative. I'm telling you the pros and cons. Second, nevertheless, I have listen more. It is simple funda. The more you listen, the more effectively you can speak. Because when you tend to listen more, if you are watching more videos means what? Those who are teaching in English. If you not even teaching, those like podcasts you can see. You can watch podcasts, you can watch videos, any of the videos. You know what I used to do? I used to watch cartoons but in English. I used to change the language. I used to watch the news, but I am not telling you to watch the news because it sometimes, our interest varies. It interest lies, according to person. It varies person to person. So according to that, I am telling you. So basic thing is do whatever you find your interest in, but completely in the language that you want to learn. For me, it's a simple funda. If you understand 2 sentences, and if you know how to use those sentences effectively, it means that your day is a successful one for you. You learned something. So try to listen more. Because when I used to be a very keen learner of English language, let me tell you, still I am also, now also I am a keen learner. Because I am a student, I prefer to call myself a student instead of calling myself a teacher. No, I am a student. So I used to get attracted or enticed towards the people, those who speak fluent English. I used to listen to them. I used to pay attention to them, what they were talking to, regarding what they were saying, how they were reacting, their hand movement, their body posture, their smile, their confidence level, and that always attracted me because I used to put my ears, I used to put my eyes, I used to put all the senses then and there only at a particular moment when somebody used to speak English just before my very eyes. That was a wonderful experience. As a young child, I can imagine when I was studying maybe in 4th or 5th standard, I used to get attracted towards the people those who used to speak English. It was really fascinating. And even now also when I teach my students, little ones, I feel very good when they speak English. The confidence they show, the dedication they show. All in all, what I am telling you, try to listen more. When you are going to listen more and next time you are going to use the same sentence, you can use this sentence easily and more effectively. It's not all about cramming, it's all about listening. Like a baby is not doing anything, just listening every time, listening and then imitating. Because that is the initial part of the life, so it is easier for it to learn very quickly. But when we learn it as a second language, it becomes a little difficult. But I'm telling you, English is not that much difficult that we have made it or we thought of it. It is very easy language to communicate in. Personally, I recommend you to listen it more, please. Then suppose you have learned a new word, you have added a new word to the vocabulary range. What you need to do? What is my habit? I will come to know whether the word is a noun, adjective. Okay, if you don't want to go that much detail, no. First basic thing is that only you should know that which part of speech that particular word belongs to. Then use that word in a sentence then and there only. You will never ever forget that. Like for an example, I am taking one word raw. Okay, that's a good word, no? R-A-W, raw. Raw means uncooked. Okay, I learned this word today. I will make 2 sentences. Mama, I want to have today raw vegetables. I love to have raw vegetables, Mama. Okay, 1 sentence. I saw raw vegetables kept on the shelf in the kitchen. I used this word twice or in 2 sentences, 3 sentences. I will never ever forget this word in future. You know, the problem begins there when we learn new word and then we don't use that. What will happen to you? You will obviously forget that word. That is the human tendency. Are you getting me? You need to understand that tendency works. How it works, that if we are learning a new word and if we don't use the word then and there only, we tend to forget that word because that is a human tendency, the human behavior. That's a natural phenomena. So when it happens automatically, so we cannot do much in that case. Rather, we can just do opposite to that. We can use that word then and there only twice or thrice so that it can be preserved in the long-term memory. And next time whenever you want, you can just pick up the word and just use it because you have that in the bank. I give this example earlier also that if you have in the money in your account, then only you can have the withdrawal from the ATM. If you don't have money in the bank account, it is impossible to have the withdrawal from the ATM. Have money in the bank account, so it is easily accessible for you to go in any of the ATMs and to withdraw money. For that purpose, you need to have money. Similarly, you need to have words, and when you have words, when you are learning new words and you are jotting down, you are writing, or you are just you are just using that word then and there only. That's the easiest way to learn any new vocab. The funda which I use this. Next I have for you, that already we have discussed. No, after this, immerse yourself completely in the language. Then 3 P's. Which are the 3 P's? Practice, practice, practice. You need to practice every single day in order to improve. I don't know how many times I have said this sentence in my videos. I don't know how many times I say this sentence to my students. I don't know how many times I say this sentence to myself even. I need how much practice. I ask this question to myself every single day without skipping a single even day. Because the problem is that the moment, the hour, the time you come to know that practice is the very crucial part of learning English or speaking English fluently, get immersed. Totally pack up with that. Everywhere. You know, I used to do what? I used to write nutchets on the wall of my room. Practice, 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 practice is the key. See, some people may find it boring. Sir, how practice? Sir, just I'm telling you to opening the mouth. That's practice for you. Obviously, when you are opening the mouth, you have lots of queries. lots of words that you may fumble, you may get stuck. So obviously you will try to find out, and when you try to find out, you will get the answers, and automatically when you get the answer, next time whenever you use that word, that phrase, that structure, that expression, so you may not be doing in the wrong way, automatically you will be doing in the right way, no? So there's the power of practice. You know what I used to do? I used to gaze here, I used to look here and there, wherever I used to go, I used to keep the word. I used to keep a notebook with me, little notepad, and I used to write the word. Then I used to find out from the dictionary or from some other resources, no? What do we call this word? What do we call that word? How do we use this word? How do we use that word? So these are all the patterns of mind, and how could I become better? You can find your own way, because each people is different, right? All the 5 fingers are not same. Can you imagine? And can you see this? So you need to find out which works for you, and go with the simple things. Don't make the things very complex for you. If you are going to make the things complex for you, it creates difficulty, my dear. It's very difficult. Then repeat all this every single day. Now I am in the most important part of my video. Why? We have discussed something, and now I am telling you to repeat it every day. What to repeat? All these things that we have discussed. You can just have a screenshot, right? Repeat every single day. This is the only key to improve. There is no other key than practice. Practice is the only resort that you can rely on. You may not become fluent within 10 days, within 1 month, within 2 months. But obviously, let me tell you that whatever the level of yours was before 2 months, you are not going to remain on the same level. It will change. Then, last but not least, assess yourself. Evaluate yourself whether you have done it in the right way. The practice that you have been doing, when you just get into the conversation, were you up to mark? Were you making mistakes, or how it was going for you? If it was good, don't forget to appreciate yourself. Please appreciate. Learn to appreciate every simple achievements. No, small achievements for me are to be celebrated, you know. Right? When we celebrate all these achievements, no, it motivates us, inspires us to do better in future and to do more. Because I'm a firm believer in this, that please don't put barricadings for you. Don't reserve yourself. You are limitless. You are beyond your thinking, and just think out of the box, behave out of the box. I know you can do this, because this is your life, which you will make a better, because you have chosen, and whatsoever you have chosen, I know that you can get it and you can make it possible. You can make it happen, because there is no other one who can make it possible and happen for you. You are the only one who can do this alone. I know that, and we will make it one day, surely. I hope that you must have liked the video. If you liked it, please do hit the like button, and if you have not subscribed the channel, obviously you're visiting for the first time, or maybe more than one time, so please don't forget to subscribe the channel, and please, I will be waiting eagerly to hear from you through your comments. You can comment me from any section on which topic do you want me to make video, or how can I assist you more in this journey, because both of us will make it happen. So till then, take care. Bye bye.